welcome to Good News. So, what's been happening? Over on BBC London, they showed the shittest magic trick ever.
Meet Andrew Basso, the modern Houdini, one of a team of great illusionists coming to do a unique show here in London.
And then this reporter revealed way too much.
I've come to a bowling shop in Leeds to talk to Alex. He's a professional. He's even going to drill me.
Here's a tip. If you're going to do an interview on the news, take off your swimming goggles.
An inquiry. I would point out, though...
And finally, over on South Today, this is how you disrupt a news report.
It's extremely busy and extremely lively here this evening.
So, what's been going on? Well, a global superstar has hung up his boots.
David Beckham,
The biggest star the game has ever known.
Has decided to call it quits.
oh, I'm so shocked.
You think she's upset? This guy couldn't believe it. People love him. I've had loads of photos taken, but they've never, ever got like this.
David Beckham just showed his face and said, "Do you mind if I pop into your picture?"
This is the greatest day of my life! I just had my birthday with David Beckham! Mind you, not all mums cry. Some really go for it.
Yes, Team GB! Team GB! Shot. It's a very important shot. Can I jump in?
Oh my God! Look at you! Oh!
Christ, if my kids weren't here, I'd ruin you! So what's Beckham going to do next? Well, there's talk of acting. I don't know. He's very handsome, but the voice? You can make a film as dramatic as possible. He'll always have that voice.
Pepsi.
Body of a god.
Voice of a munchkin.
Whatever he does, we're going to miss him. I mean, he said some brilliant things down the years.
My parents have been there for me ever since I was 7.
And who could forget this?
I remember going to hospital so Victoria could have Brooklyn. I was eating a lion by the time.
From a footballer we all love to John Terry. He's been at it again.
Chelsea win the Europa League in dramatic style in Amsterdam.
Despite playing no part in the match, injured captain John Terry ensured he was kitted up to share in the glory.
What a tit! He didn't even play, and then at the end of the game he put on a Chelsea strip and picked up the cup. Well, lads, out the fucking way! That's like me going on the end of a Michael McIntyre gig. Thanks very much, great crowd. Christ, imagine him at a photo booth. Photo. Fuck off! Elsewhere this week, Sweden hosted the Carnival of Camp, that is, the Eurovision Song Contest. Yes! It was brilliant. Did you see who won?
The 20-year-old Danish singer Emily de Forest has won this year's Eurovision Song Contest. She beat off 25 other finalists.
No wonder she won. The poor girl must have been knackered. I'm surprised she could hold up the mic. Not only that, I think she kicked this bloke in the bollocks. That was Romania's entry. Did you see it? It's like the most fucked up tampon advert ever. Is a heavy flow, but it gets worse. Did you see what Graham Norton said when he finished singing?
César there, proving that just because you can do something doesn't mean you should.
My highlight, without doubt, was the guy from Lithuania. Oh, my God. Check out his lyrics.
If you don't know, I'm in love with you because of my shoes I'm wearing today. One is called love, the other is Spain.
My left sock is Larry. The right one's called Bob. The winner from Denmark. She went to solo. I'm in love with you because of my shoes. How much would that scare you?
We have to be together forever.
My shoes said so.
I've had these trainers for ages. Not once have they gone,
Russ, let's get some ass.
Still, if you thought his lyrics were crazy, did you see him afterwards?
I wanted to be the 8th, was my dream, you know, and now I'm like 20th.
Okay.
What's the fucking number 20th?
You did well.
What's 20th? What's that, Spain? What's that you say? You want me to kill everybody, Spain? Okay, Spain. God bless the Eurovision. I love it. Do you know why I love it? Because anyone can be a star for a night. Singers that look like creepy uncles. A Greek fisherman with the smallest guitar in Europe. And Wookiees bellowing into a fox's arsehole. You just don't see enough of that. You just don't see enough of that. A Wookiee in Lycra singing Mellow Gofalowski into a dead fox's shit pipe. But for me, the highlight is the moment the winner picks up their award. It's their moment and no one else can spoil it.
The winner is Denmark. Next up, a strange story about pigeons.
A London-based innovative organization has developed a plan to make the city a cleaner place. Instead of ridding the pigeons, the group wants to use them in a novel experiment. The birds will be fed a specially designed diet, using synthetic biology to create the bacteria, which will modify the metabolism of the birds. The pigeons will in turn produce and defecate, get ready for this, soap.
That's what you heard, right? They want pigeons to shit soap. It's like a really crap pigeon version of X-Men. Behold, I am Super Pigeon! What can you do? Shit out Imperial leather. What next? Owls jizzing Listerine? Oh, Hedwig. Bizarrely, it's not the best pigeon story in the news. Check this out. A Ukrainian city announces plans to get rid of pigeons by getting them drunk. This is totally genuine. We think Boris Johnson is a bit mad. Look what the mayor of this city said. Let's give them wine-soaked bread and deport them somewhere where they'll wake up the next day. What a lunatic! Should we get a gun? No, Lambrini. It's mental. If ever there was a creature not designed to have a hangover, it's a pigeon. Imagine every step. Ow. 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 I can't move without moving my fucking head. Ow. Ow. Just the other pigeon. You're right. No, I'm not. I was fucking hammered last night. I've eaten my own feet. I thought they were fucking twigglers. That's nothing, right? I was so drunk, I shit the bed. On the plus side, my sheets were really clean. Staying in the world of drinking, have you heard about this app?
The Drinking Mirror is an app designed to show you the ageing effects of alcohol, how you'll look in 10 years if you carry on drinking too much.
That's awful.
Whew. She looks like Alex Ferguson's bollocks. Why, do you think that's bad? Look who I got. To be honest, they shouldn't have an app that shows you what you look like when you're pissed. They should have an app that shows you what you did when you're pissed. It says here you thought it would be a good idea to record yourself singing badly with a shoe.
Don't stand there watching me, follow me, show me what you can do. Everybody let go.
That is the app you need, because sometimes you can do incredible things when you're pissed. I mean, check out what this bloke from Devon did. A drunk man set fire to a packet of peanuts and then tried making love to an ambulance. What? How hammered do you have to be? That fucking ate peanuts. That fucking ate him. I just can't stand them. The most arrogant of all the nuts. Fucking hell, that ambulance is all right. What? What's that, Mr. Pigeon? All right, deal. I'll fuck the ambulance if you eat your feet. Imagine it with the police. She was gagging for it, mate. I got my dick out and she went, whoa, whoa. This is my favourite part of the story. Did you hear his excuse? The court heard he was in relatively high spirits. Relatively high spirits? He fucked a van! High spirits is everyone laughing as your nan does Gangnam Style. He's balls deep in an ambulance! Terry and Beckham weren't the only footballers in the news. Wayne Rooney has had another kid.
Congratulations to Colleen and Wayne Rooney this morning. They've become parents for the second time. Colleen gave birth to a son, Clay, just after 2 o'clock this morning.
He's called Clay. Apparently Wayne named him after the most beautiful bird he's ever seen. A clay pigeon.
It was amazing, just came across like that. And then he died.
Good on him, though, eh? It's interesting how people react to the news of a pregnancy. Some people are like this. And some are like this.
Mum?
Yes?
Can you come in, please? I need to tell you something. You know that girl that came round, like, a few weeks ago?
Yeah.
And she slept round for the night?
Yeah.
We did have sex, and only found out a few days ago that she was pregnant.
You're an arsehole.
Boom! Mind you, Rooney's kid wasn't my favourite bit of baby news. This week, Metro published a list of the creepiest things children have said to their parents. Did you read them? Oh, my God, they're 100% true. These are things that people's kids have actually said to them. My 3-year-old daughter looked at her newborn brother and then turned to me and said, "Daddy, it's a monster, we should bury it."
Kill it, Daddy, kill it!
It gets better. Have a look at this one.
Daddy, I love you so much that I want to cut your head off and carry it around so I can see your face whenever I want. I want to see you all day, Daddy!
When you're in the suitcase, open the suitcase, it's Daddy's face. It's Daddy's face next to the sandwiches.
From creepy babies to an absurd teaching story. Secondary school pupils in England are being encouraged to learn about Nazi Germany using Mr. Men characters. Holy shit. Talk about treating kids like morons. What's that going to look like? This?
Mr. and Mrs. Nazi went to see Mr. Hitler.
Heil!
He was ever so grumpy. What is wrong, Mr. Hitler? I am no good at art, and I have only got one ball. Whatever shall I do? I know, I will start a war. Mr. Hitler had such fun killing Jews and gypsies and homosexuals. It was going so well until Mr. Churchill stopped him. Mr. Hitler was so upset, he blew his brains out.
Chelsea, Chelsea.
Now, this is the part of the show I genuinely don't know anything about. There's going to be a mystery guest who's been in the news, and I have to figure out who that person is. So, please welcome our mystery guest! How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm very well. What's your name?
Luke.
Luke. Thanks very much. Luke, this would appear to be your bedroom. But I'm slightly worried by this. Can I show the audience this? Luke, I'm fairly worried that you're going to be some kind of record breaker. In fact, it's a miracle you can shake my hand. There's food here. Does it have anything to do with cookery?
It does.
Are you a cook?
I am. I cook for a living.
You cook for a living?
Yes.
How old are you?
19.
Wow, you look a lot younger. That's great. So, where do you work?
I have a restaurant.
You've got a restaurant?
I do.
Wow, that's amazing. See, a minute ago, I thought you were... Honestly, I thought you were 14 and it was going to be a story about wanking. It turns out you're a really successful businessman. So, why have you been in the news specifically?
OK, so I've been in the news because I'm Britain's youngest head chef.
Wow, that is definitely... Come on, that's amazing. What's your favourite dish? If you could cook one thing right now,
so my signature dish is a take on a curry. I really like simple food, but to deconstruct it. So it's a dish of pan-fried scallops with a mussel curry. So a really nice interpretation of a curry dish.
Oh.
Yeah.
It sounds amazing, but you'd never be able to order that at a takeaway. No. I'm after an interpretation of a curry dish. Yeah. I think they've hung up. Was your mum really annoyed with you? About 13 when you went, shall I do it, mother? Do you want mum's Sunday dinner? No, because it tastes like rat shit.
Yeah, no, she won't cook for me anymore.
Of course she's not. Here's a question for you. Have you ever eaten from a bin?
Yeah.
Me neither.
Not quite yet.
You've never done that, not drunk? Have you never... Oh, man, it's an awful moment I did it. But it's, you know when you're really hungry, like, and your brain goes, you know what you've got left over from yesterday? Yeah. And then it turns out your brain was fucking lying! So, am I going to have a go at some cooking?
I am going to teach you how to cook.
Fantastic. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. Excellent. So, what are we going to do, Luke?
OK, so you're going to recreate this dish. Banana flambe with pancakes.
Oh, did you hear that noise over there? Come here and show exactly your face to the camera. Come here. Run on, show everyone. Come here, come here. You have to, like, literally, look at the face, look right down the camera. Well, look at his face when you say banana flambe. Do it again. Unbelievable, well done. Right.
OK. You ever made pancakes before?
Yes. I don't want to brag, but just before the lady ate them, she went, I can die happy, and took her own life.
Right. Take the pancake mix into the pan. Not all of this, I'll tell you when to stop. Bit more, a little bit more, stop. OK, right. Just move the mix right around the pan.
Oh, I'm mixing, I'm moving,
Right,
OK,
get the spatula now.
Get the spatula
now and get ready to
spatula, just tease it, just.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it smells good.
Right, OK.
Yep, right.
You're going to flip the pancake now, so the idea... Have you ever flipped it before?
Yep.
OK.
Whee!
Perfect. Right, flambe bananas. Peel one banana.
When has that ever happened? When have I ever not been able to peel it? Oh, I've done it again. What is wrong with me, man?
OK.
Right.
Right, and then take a knife. We're going to do slices of banana.
Yep. Oh, that's right, yeah.
Caramelised banana, so sugar into the pan, about half of that sugar.
Really? Wow, that's a lot, isn't it? Oops.
That'll do.
More than half.
OK, bananas go straight in.
Bananas go in now?
Yeah.
Do I just sort of faff
Just give the pan a little shake. OK. Perfect. Right, now 2 knobs of butter in there.
Who first came up with that? Why is it called a knob of butter? What is that?
No idea.
It's weird though, eh?
OK.
Like a wang of cream.
Right, OK, and now time for the brandy. So, take about a shot of brandy and stand back when you do put that in. Careful when you do. Stand back. And a little shake. Whoa! OK. wonderful.
How wonderful a crowd of you. You literally applauded fire. How did that happen?
OK, let's put the pan onto here. Now, your turn.
I've got to make it look like that. Right. There you go. It's this bit, that looks hot, doesn't it? When you see it. Well, that put a bit more over the top. Come on, we're not driving. It's fine. That looks pretty bloody good, that.
Certainly different.
It's different.
Not
it looks
quite
a little bit like a Picasso. I wonder what it means. It means I'm pretty shit at cooking. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for my wonderful mystery guest! Next up, have you heard about synesthesia? It's one of the strangest conditions I've ever seen. Take a look at this.
I'm James. I'm 48, and I'm different because I'm a synesthete. Synesthesia is a blending of the senses. I actually taste words. I have flavours when I hear words and word sounds.
It's bizarre, isn't it? His senses are jumbled, so when he hears a word, he tastes it. Yeah, it's totally true. He must hate arguments, mate. You're such an arsehole. You can suck my dick! Oh, God. Oh, no. You really take the biscuit.
Hobnobs.
It's fascinating, though, isn't it? All jumbled up. It's affected every aspect of his life. Look how he used to choose his friends.
While at school, for example, I used to choose friends on the strength of the niceness of the taste of their names. Two names I can specifically remember: Hannah, which has got a lovely taste of rhubarb, and Jenna as well, which tastes of a little like a melted wine gum.
Let's hope to God he never meets this guy. Names mean different things to different people. I mean, just look at this dog.
This is my roommate's dog. Name is Meatwad. And I have my own keyword for when I'm taking Meatwad on a walk. And we're gonna watch her reaction to it. Chicken pot pies. Burglars. Everybody in the house is being stabbed to death right now. Child porn. Child porn? Does that mean we're going on a walk? Child porn? Yeah.
You're probably thinking it doesn't get more shocking than that. Or check out what this idiot did.
That's the reaction when people learned how a man tried to stretch his penis to make it bigger. A Costa Mesa man used a dumbbell gym weight similar to something like this, only it got stuck for 3 days.
He had his dick stuck in a dumbbell for 3 days. I think this fella puts it best. Imagine him in the gym. Jeff, that is not how you pump iron. He had it on for 3 days. What I want to know, how did his mates not notice? All right, guys, good night. Having a good time, having a bloody smashing laugh. I always dance like this. What are you talking about? I don't fancy trampolining today, guys. Imagine if they found out how much fun would you have with a magnet. Whoa. So how did they get it off? Did they rub it in Vaseline till it gently slipped away from his frightened wang? Oh, no.
The fire department was called into the ER. The only way they could get the weight off the man's penis was to saw it off.
I think we all know what that bloke got when the fireman pulled the saw out.
Liquid ass.
Now, here's an inspiring story about a little kid with a big message.
This internet video by 9-year-old Robbie Novak has been viewed 12 million times.
This is your time. This is my time.
He plays the role of kid president, giving the world a pep talk.
The world needs you to stop being boring. Yeah, you. Boring is easy. Everybody can be boring, but you're gooder than that.
While Robbie lives it up on camera, it's his life off camera that is the real inspiration.
What happened to your finger?
I broke my finger.
Does that happen a lot?
Mostly arms and legs, but not fingers. This is my first finger break.
Robbie has osteogenesis imperfecta, a disease that makes his bones brittle. He has had more than 70 broken bones and 13 surgeries. He has steel rods in both legs.
Do you worry about breaking things?
No. I'll worry about, like, that's my point. I'm trying not to worry about it. Like, I want everyone to know I'm not that kid who breaks a lot. Like, I'm just a kid who wants to have fun.
At first, the Kid President videos were just for the family, but Robbie's motivational monologue became an internet sensation and even caught the attention of the real president.
Kid President, looks like you got my message.
Yes, Mr. President, I got your message.
What do you think when you see yourself?
I go like, wow, it's amazing.
What's amazing about it?
Mostly making the world a better place.
What a little dude. Yeah, damn right. Next up, it's time for my stand-up guest. Please welcome the wonderful Ramesh Ranganathan!
Hello. Very excited to be here. I know some of you will have seen me come out here, pick up the microphone, may have become concerned. Oh, God, Asian comedian. It's going to be banging on about being Asian the whole time. Please don't worry, OK? Only about 10% of my stuff is actually based on me being Asian. The other 90% is based on my issues with white people. We should be absolutely fine. Looking around, I can't help feeling there's been a bit of a booking error. But I'm just going to say what I've got to say and get the hell out of here. I think that's the safest strategy. And people say to me, Ramesh, when do you experience the most racism? The truth is, the most racism I experience is actually from my wife, right? Because I am married, I don't want to upset anyone in here. I'm married, and my wife and I, we have 2 small children, yeah? We're not kidnappers. We created these children by the traditional means. Adoption. No, I'm joking. Did it, mate? Did it, yeah? And my wife is white, right? I'm genuinely Asian, I haven't just browned up for tonight's show. And our children are mixed race, right? And a game that we've started playing is we've started getting our kids to pick a side. Right, so whenever we're watching Jeremy Kyle, right, I just point at the screen and go, that's white people for you, kids, isn't it? And whenever we go to an Indian restaurant, my wife will go, smells like daddy. It's like it's a little game that we like to play. She won that one, to be fair. I mean, my wife has told me that she doesn't want me interacting too much with the children, right? Because she says I've become antisocial, and I have. Right, I admit that, I've become antisocial. Part of the reason is because I'm in my 30s now, right? I don't look as good as I used to, right? I know it's hard to believe. I don't look as good as I used to, right? And I know this, right? Because when I was in my 20s and I used to go out, my wife would say to me, make sure you don't talk to any other girls, yeah? Now when I go out, my wife says to me, see what happens when you talk to some other girls, yeah? That's the difference. Right, and I've put on weight, and I worry about putting on weight, right? Because I think to myself, oh, God, I look terrible. And then I think, actually, why should I care? I'm married with kids. I don't need to look good. I just need to look better than the prospect of single parenting. Right? I think I can manage that. I think I've got that in the tank, yeah? And the thing is, right, is that my wife, she says what she thinks she wants me to hear, right? Which is, I don't care what you look like, darling. I don't care how much weight you put on. I would love you regardless. right? Now, that is not helpful to me, right? Because I need more rules, not less. If I didn't think it would upset my wife, I would shit in the living room. Right? I need some rules. I went out recently. I went out with my friends. We're all in our 30s, right? We don't look terrible, but what we do look like is shit tribute acts of us in our 20s, right? That is a fact, right? We went out, and I thought to myself, oh, my God, well, look at these guys. They're all in their 20s. They look amazing. They look great. Are they going to make us feel bad? Are they going to make us feel like we're stepping on their turf? Are they going to intimidate us? And the truth is, they ignore us. Of course they do. Why would they care? You see a pride of lions hunting gazelle, they're not going to give a shit when a three-legged hyena rocks up, are they? Why would they care? Right? It comes to the end of the night, right? It's been a great night. I mean, I say it's been a great night. It's been all right. Right, I'm stood by the entrance of the bar. This absolutely gorgeous girl walks out, makes direct eye contact with me. And I think, hello, this is happening. I can phone my wife, tell her I've still got it. This girl walks straight up to me, does not break eye contact for a second, says to me, no word of a lie, taxi for Rachel. Part of the reason that I don't like socialising, right, is because of where I live. I live in a place called Crawley, right? Nobody's heard of it. I recently moved to a particularly rough area of Crawley that you may be aware of. It's called Crawley. Right? When I first moved in, absolutely fantastic. Neighbours invited us round for coffee. They're extremely friendly, like almost too friendly. Until one day, they battered the shit out of me when they found out that I wasn't actually from Secret Millionaire. I recently ran over a cat in Crawley, right? It's a... All right, chill out. I recently ran over... Not deliberately, I'm not a horrible person. I ran over a cat by accident, right? It's a horrible thing to happen. I mean, it's not great for the cat, but for you as well, it's horrendous, right? Trying to get some help with the situation, I momentarily forgot that I was in Crawley. There's some kids waiting by the side of the road. So I went up to them and I said to them, any of you know the owner? Any of you know the owner? One of the kids turns to me and he says, it's a cat. Now, my first thought was, bloody hell. The owner of this cat is a cat. They've liberated themselves. But it turns out that this kid thought he was furnishing me with new information. As if I might be sitting by the side of the road thinking, oh, my God, I have hit this bloke so hard that he looks like a cat. I was driving along, right, I had my son in the back of the car, right, in the car safety seat. I don't piss about, I do things properly. Right? Pulled up at the petrol station, I put the petrol in the car, and then I thought, I can't be bothered to take him out of the car seat while I go in and pay for the petrol. It's too much hassle, isn't it, right? I thought just leave him in there while I go in and pay. That's not bad, is it? I mean, he looks like me. He's not going to get abducted, right? Plus, I was extremely careful, right? I took my sat-nav in with me, right? So I went into the petrol station, I paid for the petrol, I said hello to my Uncle Raj, who was on that night. I came back out to the car. And my son was crying his eyes out because he thought I'd abandoned him. And as a father, that is one of the most heartbreaking things that you can see. Because it means he's a pussy. It's incredibly disappointing, right? And I've got two children, right? I've got the 3-year-old and I've got another one, right? And the 3-year-old is all right. The other one I haven't really formed a relationship with yet because he's just a little crap factory, right? But it's fine. He's just stopped being a baby, right? And I don't like going out with babies, right? Because when you go out with a baby, it's a conversation magnet, and I don't want to talk to people, right? That's the honest truth of it. I went out with a baby, right, and what happens when you go out with a baby, regardless of how ugly he is, somebody comes up to you and says, oh, he's lovely, how old is he? Now, I don't know why people give a shit how old a baby is, right? Are you going to talk to him about Syria? Like, why do you care? And the honest truth of it is, right, I don't know how old the baby is. All right? That's the honest truth. Now, please don't judge me. The reason I don't know how old the baby is, but baby's less than 1. When a baby is less than 1, Their age changes every bloody month, right? I can't be expected to keep up with that shit. And I don't want to get it wrong, because I've guessed in the past and I've got it wrong. My wife's caught me getting it wrong. She came home one day, she said to me, I hear you've been cheating on me. I said, so what the hell are you talking about? She said to me, well, I was talking to Debs. And Deb said that you've got a 3-month-old baby. And I said to Debs, well, he must be a very busy boy, because our baby's 4 months old. Now, what I learned from that, right, is that Debs is a fuckface. Right, she needs to keep her mouth shut, as Debs, right? Because the next time we see her, there'll be a problem. You know what I mean? Right, my oldest son has recently turned 3, so he's become a bit of a prick, right? I'm not saying that disrespectfully to him, they just all do, right? And so my wife and I trying to figure out a way of controlling this little shithead, right? What she's decided, because she watches Super Nanny, right, is that we're going to use a naughty step. Unbelievable, right? So this is what we're using, naughty step. The other day, I come out of the living room and my son is playing on the naughty step. Now, I don't want him playing on the naughty step, right? It's supposed to be a punishment. But it does occur to me that if I ask him to move and he says no, what am I going to do? Right? So I move him off the naughty step, he moves back on. Move him off the naughty step, he moves... The only way that I can keep him from the naughty step is by sitting there myself and physically pushing him away. This works for about half an hour until I realise that my son has put me on the bloody naughty step. People see me with my children, they say, Romesh, you must love children. The truth is, I love my children. Other people's children can burn. Right? Give a shit about other people's children. I mean, that's why I used to be a teacher. I was a maths teacher. I realised I looked like a teacher. I can't escape that. I wasn't a very good one, but actually it turns out it doesn't actually matter. You can get away with that for quite a while. But the problem is you have Ofsted come in, right? Ofsted come in and observe you. So I had to make sure when Ofsted were in, I was actually doing the job properly, right? So I've got learning outcomes up on the board, Pythagoras and trigonometry flying all over the shop. Absolutely nailing this lesson, yeah? Kid's got a question on the front row, I'm straight in there. Yes, Timothy? You've got a question? How can I help you? And then he'd go, why are you being weird? Then I've got to convey to Timothy, without the inspector realising, that I am going to fucking end him. We had uniform at our school, as they do in many schools, right? And I agree with the principle of uniform. My issue with it was they're quite strict about it, right? And we had to enforce it. And we had a sixth form at our school. Now, talking to sixth form lads about what they're wearing, absolutely not a problem, right? I've got no issue with that at all. Talking to sixth form girls about what they're wearing, something I felt a lot less comfortable about. I don't want to have that conversation. It's embarrassing. But what I actually found was, if I looked at them for long enough, they soon covered themselves up. So I left teaching because I don't want to deal with other people's kids. But the problem is that as a parent, you still have to deal with other people's kids and you have to deal with their parents, right? And the problem is as a father, when I go out on my own with my kids, any other father that's out on his own with his kids immediately assumes that we need to be mates. We've got some sort of connection. Right? I was attacked by one of these pricks at a soft play centre. Right? I'm just there with my 2 boys, having an innocent afternoon. This idiot sees me from the other side of the centre. He comes running over, goes, hello there. My name's Michael. This is Sebastian. And we come here on Wednesdays, don't we, Sebby? And I said to him, hello there. My name's Romesh. And I found these boys outside. Job done, isn't it? Yeah? I don't like going out with my kids, and it's not because of my kids. I love my kids, I think. Right? The problem is that you have to deal with other people's children's shitty behaviour and their parents' inability to deal with it. And you can't tell off other people's kids, right? People get pissed off. But I found a way. Right? I'm going to share it with you. I was at the cinema recently. This kid was throwing popcorn about, just being a little idiot. Parents are doing absolutely nothing about it. His parents are doing nothing about it at all. So I thought I would step up on behalf of the cinema. So I got him real close to him. Listen here, you little shit. Pull that again, I'm going to punch you in your fucking face. Do you understand me? Yeah? And then as his parents approached and were able to hear me, I just went, and that's why you shouldn't say that to brown people. Right? They apologised to me. Right, try it, right? You'll have to brown up, but it's worth it. I've been Ramesh Ranganathan. Thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you, Ramesh Ranganathan! Thanks so much for watching the news tonight. Bye-bye!